Welcome back to Splatterhouse 2.
Hello!
We're getting really spooky now.
Like werewolves and spiders and dead grass, old people, rusty hooks, cows that stare at you like they know what they're doing with their lives, uh, children who are too smart for their own age, books.
You're saying too many spooky things.
I'm just talking about
So-
I'm
spooky
getting
things.
anxious here.
So we got we were talking about cryptozoological creatures, right? I've found a couple that are either from or sighted in North Dakota,
Tell me about them, Eric. I want to
where we
know.
are from. There's the Devil's Lake monster.
What is that? I don't like it already.
It's local American Indians told the settlers stories of a great snake that lived beneath the lake,
Oh, fuck.
a serpent that instilled fear in those who saw it.
Is this a Native American one, or what is this?
According to a 1915 article in the Grand Forks Daily Herald, two well-known businessmen, a police captain and the pastor of the local Methodist Episcopal Church, saw the Devil's Lake monster on different days and at different points on the lake. Each gave a similar description. The creature was about 2 feet round and about 60 feet long.
About 2 feet round, about 60 feet long, I'd
So
say.
there's that. This is the one that I'd heard of. The Miniwashitu?
Miniwashitu?
Yes.
Miniwashitu.
Yes.
Miniwashitu.
It's by the Little Missouri.
Okay, so the bag... Oh. Go ahead, Gotcha.
God damn it.
Go ahead. I told him that if he got the boat, we'd
Oh.
talk about Bad Lady. But...
It'll happen after this. The Little Missouri. It's by the Little Missouri River.
Which is where in the state?
It's by. I think it's by Sakakawea,
Okay.
Lake Sakakawea, because that's where it connects, I believe. In the late 1800s, a man wandering near the river saw an enormous creature rise from the water. Red hair, thick like a buffalo, covered the beast. The monster had only one eye and a single horn thrust from its forehead. Its backbone protruded, knocked like an enormous saw. Terrified, the man made it home before he passed out and later died.
Had one big eye in the middle of its forehead.
When white settlers spoke of the encounter, local American Indians told them their fear of the monster. Whoever saw the beast went mad and usually blind before succumbing to an untimely death.
But you wouldn't believe the big old hole this thing had on its head. It was sticking
The
up
big
about,
old horn, it looked like a big old buzzsaw right on that
It
bear.
looked like it was about 3 or 4 feet long, but now I'm blind because I done seen this thing, and,
And oops, I'm dead.
it took my vision. Oh, I'm dead.
And then
What a
there's
fun story. Thank you, Bradshaw.
yeah, and then there's Bigfoot. Bigfoot's been sighted quite a bit. And then the Thunderbird, which
Yeah,
is
the
a
fucking Thunderbird is so
Native
cool.
American one.
You got it. Okay, Bag Lady is basically a malevolent spirit that inhabits these grounds, I guess you'd say, probably, in North Dakota.
Sure.
She wards off intruders from her territory by appearing as a lady in a dress, and then also
red
just
dress.
as sometimes as like a lady that's like
This?
got a plastic bag around her,
Yeah, over her head.
and she's like, I don't know.
Hence the name the Bag Lady.
She's not pleasant. She's not nice.
You had some Bag Lady stories, don't you?
I do. Do you guys want to take over? Here, you take over.
I'm playing now.
Wilson's playing Mr. Jason Voorhees, buff beefcake man. Bag lady stories. Let's see. You died of shock. Oh God!
Ah!
was so scary. The thing that sucks about this is I'm not even pushing anything, and he's walking forward on his own.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
The game forces you to confront this terrifying thing, like.
It's Ivan Ooze.
Yeah, right.
The bag lady story that I have was
God. I don't even know what we're
just
doing.
going to Argosville
Yep.
and going to an abandoned school.
Which we've talked about before.
Yeah, we have talked about that. But we've caught things that we think would have been some interactions with some kind of entity, maybe, or just interference. But it sounded like when we re-watch the footage that we took,
Yeah.
every time I can hear somebody going, like a low guttural, like
Yeah.
passing the mic or just passing the camera.
Right.
You don't see anything, but you just like
No.
hear some kind of crap.
Right.
It's just, it was off-putting, and you can kind of tell like the atmosphere of the room, the energy just felt kind of off.
Yeah.
Future Tyler that.
But I don't know if we saw any like
Please sub
Didn't
title
you-
my agony.
spooky.
I don't know. I thought I heard
Figure.
like an Argusville story one time. It might have been the one where you guys heard the loud thunk in the gym or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't you hear?
I don't know if that was recorded or if that was just.
I don't know if
when
that
we
was
just
recorded,
went.
but you guys were there.
Yeah, we just went.
I thought you heard like a loud growl then too.
Oh, that could be maybe.
I thought you said one time you saw like a lady in a red dress or something.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's right. It wasn't. It was outside the gymnasium
Yeah.
or that area, the basketball court that's kind of like has warped
Oh,
over
fuck
time.
off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was in that hallway that kind of loops around that gymnasium, that kind of connects with the stairwell. And
Where
there's, like, a
where the
room.
boiler room is. Yeah.
So like we came out of the boiler room and we were going to the gymnasium and walking down that. I don't know if it was some kind of weird traffic light that we saw, like the red light
Right,
being
right.
reflected of some kind, but like there was some kind of glimpse that I saw, and then that
There's no traffic lights
Our
there, though.
friend Steve, I know, because it's like kind of sheltered
Yeah.
by things.
Wasn't there some kind of light on that church though? Was there like a neon?
There was just a light, light
There's
cross.
just a normal. Yeah.
But what Steve, our friend, and I saw, Steve Sanford, we both saw it at the same time, which was kind of weird. Like,
Yeah.
he saw something that I kind of like wasn't sure about, but he like spoke up about it. He's like, I definitely saw something. And I was like, yeah, I kind of did too. I didn't want to really say it because I didn't really want to. I
Right.
wanted to see what
Could have just
everybody
been a
else said.
trick of the eye type
Yeah,
of situation.
it could have been just like a weird. In the darkness, you kind of like see things. You see
Yeah.
shapes, random things.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I saw some kind of thing cross that corner that goes to the other side of the gymnasium.
Suck at that jump.
And then, yeah, I was just like, that could have been something.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was. It was like, okay, the figure I saw was. I saw almost like maybe a shape of a head, and then what I remember was a white gown, and then at the very bottom was red.
Okay.
Steve said that he saw an all red gown, but I
Okay.
saw like just
God damn it.
knees to the
Right.
feet, kind of like grungy or grungy looking
Bring the wall. Harry Potter.
brownish red. Yeah,
Dumbledore.
Like someone been bleeding from the knees
could have been.
or other parts.
Ronald Weasley.
Yeah, or just and yeah,
or
I
knee
don't-
deep in blood.
I don't remember the height I saw. I don't know if they were like above the ground or like touching the ground.
Right.
But yeah, that was a fun time, but it could have been a multitude of different things.
Right, exactly. I've told my Argusville story on here before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, those are fun. Those are fun times. Like even if like you don't believe in like the spirits and stuff,
No, it's just the like
Can't make that.
like
going there with your friends and just getting
Yeah.
spooked. I just love that.
I was saying, I was there in the middle of the day that one time and I was fucking spooked.
Well, it's
Really?
Argus.
Well, I had to walk through there by myself.
Oh, really?
Didn't I tell you? Okay.
I hate this game. I
We were-
really hate this.
We were filming. I'm sorry if you've heard this before, but we were filming like a movie that we were gonna do in there. That was like a killer clowns type situation, and I was one of said clowns. And we went to the school in the middle of the day, and like I got my hair was all kind of like spray colored, and I had makeup on and shit. And I had like fake blood on my shirt and stuff like that. Wilson was there too.
Yeah.
I was the one you were at.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So anyway, we used a classroom on the main floor to get dressed in and made up in, and then when we were in there, then we saw some cops walk by
Oh
through
god.
the window.
That
Like,
just
shit.
scared me right there.
But then we were just like, okay, let's just go and start doing our stuff. Maybe they won't, whatever. And so we went up to the second floor, you know, down through the boiler room, up the stairs to the second floor into a classroom. And there was the classroom, and then there was a door, which had its own little kind of hallway, which was probably for like coats and stuff, like a
Right.
closet, but it was along the length of that room. And there was a door on one side that went out to like a fire escape.
Right.
So me and Wilson were standing in that little kind of hallway closet thing, while our other friends were out in the main part of the classroom. And Wilson's on the ground, and he had like a frozen burrito that was mixed with blood and stuff to look like guts, because it was
Yummy.
like I was gonna be eating him essentially.
So they just wanted to feed you a burrito.
So at that moment, all of a sudden, the fire escape door opened, and the cops were there.
Bent over me, like face covered in fake
Yeah.
blood, and scooping this stuff off of me.
Yeah,
That's a good story.
and I was just like,
looks
real
right at the
quick,
cops and-
we're making a movie, like real fast.
First words out of
Chill.
his mouth.
Cause like yeah, dude. Cause like I'm done up like a stupid clown with fake blood on me. Wilson's on the floor with fake guts, looking dead. Like he can't see the other 3 or 4 dudes that are there.
Immediately, he can only see us.
Yeah, so I was like, we're making a movie.
And he didn't like draw down on us or anything.
No.
He definitely got. You could see on his face that at first he was like, "Whoa,
Whoa, what the
did I
fuck?"
walk into?
Yeah,
But that was. He probably tells the story himself, where he's like, "I found these fucking kids
Yeah.
in the movie, and one of them was dressed up like a clown, pretending to eat the other one. It was fucked up."
but anyway, the cops like, okay, you guys, because we left some of our stuff downstairs. So he's like, okay, we'll go with you, and get all your stuff, and you can leave, and we're gonna lock the door. And I was like, okay. So we got our stuff and we're leaving, and I got into the car, and then I realized I didn't have my wallet, and I was like, shit, it must be in there still.
yeah.
So I walked up to the cops, still in my clown shit, just like, hey,
guys. Sorry.
I don't have my wallet. Is it okay if like you go in there and look? He's like,
Not an
and he's like,
identified clown.
well, I mean, we locked the door behind us. If anything, that fire escape door is still open. But you'd have to go in there by yourself or whatever. And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
thanks, guys.
okay. So I go up that fire escape into that classroom on the second floor by myself, and I'm walking, like looking down, looking for my wallet. Go out that door, go down the stairs, through the boiler room, up the stairs on the other side. Looking the whole time. Go into the room where we had our clothes in and shit, and it wasn't in there, and I was like, fuck. So I turn around and walk back out the door to go back through the boiler room and upstairs again, and there's my wallet sitting in the middle of the top step, like just like perfectly centered.
Oh yeah, I remember the story.
Yeah. And I was just like, it spooked me out. Probably what happened was I just overlooked it. Right? I probably dropped it when I grabbed my clothes or something, and probably just overlooked it.
Right.
But in my mind, like, I knew it, like, I kept telling myself I was looking on the floor the whole time for it, and I didn't see it until I came out of the door and turned around, and there it was, plain as day, right on that top step. But yeah, so I grabbed it, went back upstairs, and got the fuck out of there. But yeah, just even during the daytime, walking through there by yourself is still fucking spooky.
Yeah, like Tyler, you said like whether or not you believe in it, it's just a good place to go and get spooked, and
Yeah.
that's because it's such a conducive environment to that. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what time of day, like the warped floorboards, just everything being run down, and like some
Damaged,
stuff still
musty.
sitting on the ground, and like
The spooky,
Yeah,
just
it's
the,
just-
the the spookiness of going down into the boiler room and back up, like
it's just a really good place to just like get in that mindset, whether you're,
But it's totally fucked now. They're I don't know if they have yet, but they were gonna like bulldoze it.
I don't know, but
Because the last
Yeah.
time we were there, it was me, Sean, and Feldy were there.
It's a big college kind of draw for people in college.
Yeah,
to
yeah, it
go
was like a
there.
high school college kid thing. Like you go up there and sneak in. There's so much like graffiti and shit in there. There was a caricature of me in there.
those cops like ended up not even being like
Was it
really
you?
mad
No.
about it. at that time.
Oh, the daytime one?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it kind of like diffused the situation immediately when they opened the door and found this like such a weird thing that they kind of just were like, oh.
Well, and they're so
okay.
used to it.
Making a movie. Chill.
Well, and we then explained like because they saw all the other people with the camera and all the other
Yeah.
stuff we had with us, and we were like, we're in drama class and we had an idea for a movie. We came up here and they're like, okay, well you're kind of doing this for school and it's weird enough in the first place.
Right,
like,
but this is
whatever,
technically
you're just being
trespassing.
kids,
Just
like-
leave.
Yeah, like we're not gonna like write you guys up or anything, but you do have to leave. And
Yeah.
I think it really did like they could have been a little bit more like terse with us
Right.
or busted us a little bit harder, but the fact that they walked in on that.
Well,
probably
right.
Just, like,
Well, and like I said,
diffused the situation
they've
immediately.
dealt with that so much over the years. We because the last time we went, like I said, it was us three. We went there at night, and one of the doors was just like warped open on like the main floor. Like you go down steps and there was just the side door that was warped open. So we kind of pulled it open and went in through there and just walked around for a little bit. Like the staircase, the part where you go down through the boiler room and back up, and then there's the staircase going upstairs there. That was broken and was like almost collapsing.
Yep.
And like everything was just fucked in there because it got flooded again. And like there was
in the eyes.
there was piles of
Yeah.
there were piles of like sticks and stuff like that because they had people going in there and cleaning up inside because they were gonna doze it. But yeah, we came outside on the other side and we rounded back to where we were gonna go, and there was two cops over there with their lights shining. We're like, oh shit! So we turned around and went back and started walking on a street and walked like 2 or 3 blocks down, and came around and we're going back to the car, and the cops were parked like right by the car. So we walk up and the cops just like, oh hey, like hey, like this your car? Yep. Oh okay. Wait, were you guys at the school? We're like, yeah. It's like real casual about it.
Yeah.
Like, what's the like why? And we told them it was just like, it was just the last hurrah. We used to do this in high school all the time. You know, people used to do it, and one dude knew about it because he was from the area. The other guy had no idea. So, and we told him about it, and he's like, "Oh, really? Like, there's a legend like this haunted and stuff, and like, blah blah blah." And he's like super into it, and they're like, "That's kind of cool. I mean, we have to go back in there to check to make sure like nothing's wrong or whatever in there." So I was like, "That's kind of cool." So he was like, he was kind of jacked off that fact. He was super into it. The other guy was kind of
You
annoyed.
jacked off to that fact.
The other guy was kind of annoyed though, because again, like he knew about it and they've had to deal with it before, so he was kind of like, But the other guy was super cool.
I hate to cut story time short.
Well, I was done,
But
so
we probably got to stop the recording.
Why?
And I want to get the fuck out. I hate Splatterhouse. I don't like this game.
It's pretty weird. Yeah.
Can't spell slaughter
it got
without
me the
laughter.
spooks though. I'm feeling the vibes. Maybe
yeah,
another.
it got
maybe
us into
another
the
game.
spook vibes. Originally, I was like, meh, but now I'm into it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back with maybe another spooky game. We'll give this one a break.